Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another exciting Propagandacast from the host, Imperial Dane, featuring another 1 vs 1, this time though on Angerville. Yes, indeed, Angerville. We shall be watching Damntheunicorns, suffering from some unicorn-related trauma. He is here fighting for the 1st Canadian Infantry Division. Going up against him shall be Artvandlay, fighting for the 12th SS Panzerdivision Hitlerjugend. It's a bit of Commonwealth versus Wehrmacht right here on Angerville as the replays continue to run further and further dry. And in that regard, I am really looking forward to Companies 2 again, since that will likely be a lot more replays to actually go through, which there currently really isn't with Company Heroes. There's so few, and even fewer good ones, which rather gives you some idea of the work ahead of me. We are seeing a rather pioneer heavy start going out though from Artvandlay, whereas we do see Damntheunicorns going straight for the fuel right here on the left hand side, also sending up another infantry section up towards the right hand side, but without a lieutenant to provide support, although we do see a lieutenant quickly following up to provide a bit of assistance. And the pioneers are very aggressively going for the high munitions there, also going up there, going to encounter that recce section and likely being pushed off. There we go. Realizing nothing good awaits him there, Artvandlay pulls back his pioneers. Strategic point being secured there, more pioneers. Mehr pioneers. In fact, we're seeing 6 squads of pioneers so far for Artvandlay and the 12th SS. An excess of pioneers. Not an axis, but an excess, which means there's an awful lot of them. And there we go, the lieutenant pops out, heads immediately towards the west. So far, dispersal, of course, in this sense, I mean, Damntheunicorns will have the advantage, and as of course Artvandlay focuses all of his pioneer squads together in one spot, and even then, I mean, it's going to be a bit problematic as long as Damntheunicorns provides pressure to the right place. One thing to note though, I mean, he's actually now got 7 pioneer squads, by the way, and that is usually what a lot of players, better players, will consider a bit too much when, you know, going for the pioneer spam to tier 2 and click backs when playing the Wehrmacht. And there we go, the recce section is really getting overwhelmed by the sheer mass of the pioneers. MP40 finding away, and not a single German was lost in that engagement, whereas 2 British soldiers were lost to the MP40s, the Schmeissers, as they were known. And there we go, the headquarters command are going straight for the high munitions, breaking through the walls, and we do see Artvandlay deciding that if he can't take the point, at least he can make it harder for his opponent to move out, and thus he wires it off. Wire, the secret weakness of earlier British play. No, we don't have any barbed wire cutters, Tom. Whatever shall we do? If only we had some sort of small tracked vehicle known as a Bren carrier. But we are blobbers. Oh dear, yes. Well, at least most British players tend to blob, in which case, again, barbed wire tends to also be surprisingly effective, since again they'll be like, no, we didn't bring any barbed wire cutters. Oh, the agony. There we go, the pioneers pushing in a 3-squad push. And there go the MP40s threatening to overwhelm the Tommies right here as they try to take the fuel. Already 1 man is down. And there we go, leading the way and quickly forcing them off. We are seeing another infantry section away. Will, yes, quickly setting up the last bit of barbed wire, keeping the Tommies penned in or a bit harder to move about. And the pioneers continue to fire away, forcing the Tommies away as well. Not really good there for Damntheunicorns. One can only imagine the trauma he has suffered from unicorns. Must have been terrible. We are seeing a kickbacks there going out for Artvandlay, securing the victory point there. Not really a lot of connection, in fact, with most of the resources currently Damntheunicorns, besides damning the very unicornish existence, of course, is also a bit lacking in resources. So that's, of course, another advantage for Artvandlay right here. He will be getting a lot more resources than Damntheunicorns ever will. And there we go, pioneers overwhelming the lieutenant, sending him quickly running off as well. Krieg barracks done. And of course, this area has not been wired off. Had Artvandlay done that, that might have been more trickier for Damntheunicorns, but no such luck. And in fact, we're seeing what looks like to be a push for the strategic point right here, threatening to cut off Artvandlay's resources for the entire left map. Nice move right there, of course. Artvandlay does not really have the infantry to hold up. There we go, trenching up first. And I don't think Artvandlay can actually see it at the very moment. So he has no idea what's going to be happening until it's too late. And there we go, half take up. Kampfkraft center going up. And there we go, of course he's now aware what's going on. At the same time, we do see the Bren carry out, crashing the barbed wire, ending its static reign of terror against Damn the Unicorns, preventing him from having to change his name to Damn the Barbed Wire. But there we go, Artvandlay is all of a sudden the one without a lot of resources. Although we do see him also harassing Damn the Unicorns down here, so nice job right there. Continuing the trench, he's going to dig in there by the strategic point and set up a blockade position, which will force Artvandlay to actually send in a larger force to deal with that. Also note he actually an observation post right there, interestingly enough. Not on, say, the high munitions. Like here. And there we go, observation post coming under fire from the Wild Tommies. Pioneers being equipped with Flammenwerfer for half-track rolling forwards. And moving over to deal with those British troops. Opening up the observation post and taking away strategic points. Bren carrier on the move, no upgrades for it. Although we do see a Bren section in the Bren carrier. Creating... oh, there we go, actually going for the Vickers then. The Vickers also a World War I era machine gun. The British had actually reasonably swiftly moved away from the Maxim gun. When they entered the 20th century, they moved on to the Vickers, which was a further development of it, if you will. Half-track here coming under fire from the Bren carrier. Bren troops moving up to support the trench, but we do see lots of flamethrower pioneers pouring hot fire straight into it, cooking the Tommies, turning it into a barbecue pit. And almost an entire section gets wiped out, although we do see a pioneer squad actually goes down, I believe, but none of the flamethrower squads. And there we go, more hot fire being delivered and forcing away that Bren section. At the meanwhile, the half-track is in a bit of trouble as the Bren carrier threatens to fire armor-piercing rounds straight into it and end its career of half-tracking. So, but Damn the Unicorns has been a bit pushed back. We do see a field support truck on the way. Artvandlay still holds reasonable most of the map. And there we go, anti-tank gun up. Panzerabwehrkanone. So the Pak 38 by 1944 was rather relegated to second-rate units and definitely were not supported by Panzer divisions. Not even most Grenadier divisions would have had them. They were great when they were introduced. Less great by this time, where the Pak 40 really was the dominant anti-tank gun. Bren moves forward. Oh, Pak fires away, misses, revealing itself. Second shot misses again. Carl, what are you drinking, for heaven's sake? Looks like Damn the Unicorns Bren carrier might make it out of there. And that would be a very nice little move there, but no. Pak fires and finally gets the bleeding hit, sending the Bren carrier careening out of control and blowing up right next to the house, sending Tommies and debris all over the place. And the first Grenadier squad out there for Artvandlay. Ray and Hassan, the 1st Canadian Infantry Division, though, does not give up. Field support truck on the way to provide them support. Troops swinging over towards here, going to push a bit up against Artvandlay's forces. Pioneers quickly getting focused down there by the Bren gunners. Nicely done there by Damn the Unicorns. And there we go, 2 Pioneer squads immediately went down. A brutal loss for Artvandlay, a great small victory for Damn the Unicorns. At the same time, though, a small force might be making a push for Damn the Unicorns base, which is currently very vulnerable. The flamethrowers and the Panzerlegs could absolutely tear through this. But looks like that is not the case, as he might be forced to react to Damn the Unicorns' attempt here at harassing the strategic point and once more cutting off Artvandlay's resources. Nicely done right there, though again, had Artvandlay still just continued towards that, he would probably been able to wipe it out. And now decides to actually apparently just do that. Can't seem to make up his mind. More grenadiers arriving. 12th SS was also the last SS Panzer division to be created. After that, it would have been Panzer Grenadiers or Grenadier divisions. Mostly Grenadier divisions, really. And there we go. No doctrine, in fact, right here would be a good choice to actually go for Blitzkrieg and then use some Blitz grenades on all the clumped up British troops. It would have even been better if we actually had an MG42 to actually suppress the British, but we do see a sapper squad moving in. Other Grenadier squad really should move in. Artvandlay, oh, you're really not getting the most out of the fighting right here, I fear. A bit of a failure to really take the best advantage of the situation, otherwise perhaps already here at the 10-minute mark could he have delivered a killing blow to damn the unicorns, but no, sadly not. Instead, he's too little too late, and we do see damn the unicorns swiftly counter-attacking in the name of Winston Churchill. Good old Winston. Grenadiers getting run off, although we might see an intersection going down to the Grenadiers and their marksmanship. Yes, indeed, the medic ran into the way like, oh, come on, I need to pick up some wounded. If you don't move out of the way, I'll be one of those wounded, if not a corpse. And sadly, that it was indeed what was happened. Damn those medics getting in the way for the war. And sapper section also forced away. There's only one intersection, and there we go. The medics still might be able, in fact, to recover a full squad right there, which will actually be, well, able to make up for it somewhat, but not fully. Veterans on the way for the looks of Artvandlay's Grenadiers. 3 squads of them as of yet. He's losing the control of the left side of the map. He's still not connected this territory. He's not good. And there we go, an intersection reformed for damn the unicorns. Clearly not damning his medics, except for that specific medic, which cost him his Bren section. And over here, the lieutenant was all but forgotten about, and he was burnt alive, turned into a crisp. We do see the British troops advancing with another Bren section up from damn the unicorns. Damn the unicorns clearly not damning the Brens. Grenadiers, half-tracks, fighting here, and this squad particularly is quickly getting focused down by damn the unicorns. Grenades are going off, not quite doing much except setting off that Bren section, pulling back towards the half-track for support and reinforcement ability, but more infantry will be needed, more Grenadiers. And we're seeing a mortar coming out for Artvandlay as well. Interesting, interesting. British troops continue pushing, and in fact we do see him actually fully retreating. Funny that. Quickly re-securing some territory. And the mortar is bereit. Quickly moving out once more. Grenadiers need to be careful, as damn the unicorn seems to be, you know, just your average blobber to a certain extent. Grenadiers, come on, retreat, Rückzug. Don't do that, Artvandlay, don't do it. You won't gain anything from it. And there we go, he does retreat in time, saving his men from a pointless and slightly wasteful death. Bren gunners providing support for the rest of the British advance, and they need to get into cover. Quickly, get into cover. In Deckung. The mortars finally moving up, but Grenadiers are pulling back. And right here, if he'd gone for Blitzkrieg, he could also have had himself, you know, a Stu 42 at this very moment with this amount of points. But sadly, that's not happening either. Instead, we are seeing the pack going to get overwhelmed by the British troops. The mortar needs to pull back. Pull back, Artvandlay. Save your mortar. Deine Granaten werfen instead. Oh, he goes defensive. He goes defensive, goes for registered artillery. Which doesn't seem to do an awful lot. Not even to the troops retreating right through it. And there we go. The mortar crew likely to go down. And there we go. Absolutely eviscerated. And Artvandlay's attempt to quickly turn the tide with a registered artillery barrage rather has put himself in a slightly precarious situation, because again, now he's also unable to get the Stu 42, which again, considering damn the unicorn's current play. And in fact, let's hope the game has reached the mid-game analysis stage. But again, rather awful lot of blobbing up. Again, a Stu 42, a few blitzkrieg grenades would be the best choice. Absolutely tearing through Damntheunicorns. And again, if not, you know, then you could push up here and get close, shoot up, and do some serious damage to Damntheunicorns. You know, really cause him some severe infantry losses he might not be able to recover from. Instead, Artvandlay is going to get more infantry, which of course will then likely get Damntheunicorns to get himself an armor command track, perhaps get a crumble, or perhaps just get stag hounds if he has that, and just tear through the grenadiers. In that sense, Artvandlay needs to consider actually taking up at this stage. Go for either the Sturm Armory, but I think the Panzer Command would work better. Get some Panzer Force, get the Panzer Kampfwagen 4, and just lay down the hammer of the Reich upon Damntheunicorns' Tommy Blobs. Otherwise, I mean, he might risk losing to this, because currently most of Artvandlay's fights are not really, you know, progressing very well. For him, he ends up losing more than necessarily destroys from Damntheunicorns, which is generally not something considered very, very good. So the question is, of course, how will Artvandlay do? And again, there are some suggestions for Damntheunicorns. Of course, I'd like him to spread out his troops a bit more, because again, you know, had he gone for that Stu 42, he would very likely be in a very perilous situation. But, you know, get some armor quickly, schnell. And you otherwise try to keep up the pressure on Artvandlay, and move towards you again. Harass, keep cutting off those points, and try to starve Artvandlay of the vital resources. So then, let us return to the fighting. The 12th SS versus the 1st Canadian Infantry Division continues. No, but I do believe most of the Canadians and most, in fact, of the other Commonwealth forces actually were fighting in Italy, which was rather a bit of a secondary front. Though, of course, you wouldn't tell them that. Including, I believe, there was actually a Canadian Armoured Division which fought down there. The 4th. Lieutenant here getting pushed away. Half taking the repair. I mean, Artvandlay has actually been able to keep most of his troops crap. Preston, my apologies. My sincerest apologies. Press the start key on the keyboard. That was dreadful. And quite the tactile blunder for me. But still, good preservation of the half-track, considering all the Bren guns and Piats from Damntheunicorns. Pack. Might want to consider pointing in the right direction, and of course also salvaging the munitions right there from the Bren carrier. Another bunker going up. And there we go again, down the Unicorns pushing up, and again the Bren guns. 2 sections worth. Really giving him a lot of firepower. And the Bren guns are quite effective. We're seeing both flamethrower parties in the bunker, which is now going to upgrade to a medic bunker. Threatening to pretty much turn anyone who gets too close into toast. There's something broiled anyways. Troops getting into the half-track to keep them alive. Nice handling right there by Artvandlay. Troops a bit too close. Piet rounds fly against the bunker. And we see a grenade going off here. Quite devastating one of the infantry sections. Another heroic charge, except he's not moving anywhere. It's rather makes it a bit silly that. Damntheunicorns actually did it, and Artvandlay's actually moving in his half-track a bit close. He wants to get in that MG. Also note here, veterans are 2 already for the captain, actually giving out some defensive bonuses to nearby troops. And also veterans 1 lieutenant. Bunker still standing, but rather getting damaged, kind of disconformed, and he's going for veterans 3 again. I think he needs to take up. He needs some armor, something vehicular, something which the Brit bloc can't, so easily just overwhelm through sheer Soviet-style numbers. Pack blasting away with full fury. And there we go, another swift retreat. And there we go, the veterans who free for Artvandlay's troops, giving them a nice health bonus, but ultimately, will it be enough? to overcome Damntheunicorns' troops. And there we go, retreat going in. Pioneers abandon the bunker, get ready to repair it, most likely. And there we go, we actually see Damntheunicorns shifting over a small force there, and we do see the armor command track coming out for Damntheunicorns, threatening to bring down pain and vengeance upon Artvandlay and the 12th SS Hitlerjugend. Most of its recruits being from the Hitlerjugend, though after, of course, they had rather done that bit there and had to go into the army. It had nothing particularly to do with the youth, which back then were pretty much all you know about the 18, 17s of age as they entered the army. So nothing highly unique. Grenadiers moving up close here. Might try and actually lob over some grenades, which could work. Though we do see, and again, that sort of the thing where, you know, line of sight and field of vision, of course, incoming who's one, of course, I mean, you can see through a hedgerow. So in this case, I mean, he did spot it through sheer Jedi senses. And we might see Grenadiers going out again. That's something you have to be very careful about. That is, you know, when fighting against a Brenkan, they can absolutely tear through troops, even on retreat. Absolutely nasty weapon. And certainly makes me look for... Oh, Captain getting a bit too close. We do see Goliath rolling out, and the Captain, the veteran, the free Captain, might go down. And we actually see the Goliath hunting down this large force. Oh dear, that could actually prove rather devastating for Damntheunicorns if he doesn't move, and we do see him packing up the truck and actually retreating all his troops further away. He knows he cannot stop the march of the Goliath. Oh, Artvandlay, I think, prematurely detonated right there. But still, he also lost the Grenadier Escort, which is considerably expensive. And the Bren gun was one of the many weapons the British troops actually considered for them. The British Army considered for its troops. There was also the BAR, in fact, they were considering, and I do believe they also, in fact, considered a Danish light machine gun known as the Madsen gun, which was, in fact, I think, one of the world's first light machine guns. Mining down there. And the British opted for the Bren gun largely due to the fact that it didn't fire a lot of bullets, but it was still accurate, which was rather what the British wanted. Of course, it didn't really have a large magazine, though, so it couldn't really get down any sort of reliably consistent rate of fire, I believe, though I might be slightly wrong there. Star counts, though, are rolling in, and of course, Artvandlay is very much exposed. He's got a Panzerek and a pack to hold back that. And we do see he finally lost his half-track as well, which is a bit of a shame. But we do now see that Damntheunicorns is finally shifting side. He's going to push up in full force towards where Artvandlay isn't. It's a nice move there. But no doctrine for Damntheunicorns. Two Stackhouse as of this moment. It looks like Artvandlay might be taking up, which would definitely be a right move. But at the same time, Artvandlay is very much vulnerable to good usage of an armored car simply because, well, he can't really hold them back much due to his lack of overall anti-tank coverage. We do see another push here towards the British base. With Grenadiers is Flammenwerfen. Pack nowhere to be seen to provide support. Sapper section actually goes down. Casualty station will likely also go down, though we do see the British Hawk quickly retreating. And we do see an infantry section actually going to be formed for Damntheunicorns right there, giving him 5 infantry sections. Rounds flying, and there we go, the Stackhounds roll in. Pioneer Squad goes down the retreat, and again the pack is nowhere to be seen. Although we do see a small set of mines having been laid down, and there we go, Stackhound hits one, damaged engine, and another one goes off. And the pack at the same time gets away, because again it simply can't handle more than one Staghound, even that in particular, you know, when they're two targets. A bit the problem with the amount of anti-tank fire that Artvandlay has, it's simply not enough.
Germans are attacking our supply lines.
It is simply not enough. And a Firefly is on the way from Damntheunicorns. Medic Bunk almost has a Grenadier Squad reformed. And Pioneer Squad down to the Staghound. The Staghound continues to be an absolute dire threat to Artvandlay's forces. We might see another Pioneer Squad go down. And there we go, reporting there's nothing left but dirt and ash.
What is the issue?
Casualty Station probably not the safest place for casualties at the moment. And there we go, going for the Panzer Command. And Commando Doctrine in for Damntheunicorns, popping in a few there. We do see the Germans advancing, Pack slowly creeping up as well. Panzerject flies and misses the target by quite the margin. And the Commanders rush in, but they might actually find themselves a bit outgunned in this case. Staghound takes a hit from the Pack. And the Grenadiers actually take some nasty losses from the Commandos. Before the Commandos retreat with only one man lost. Quite nice. Grenadiers over here against the Brent section in the west.
Unknown number of enemy are moving on one of our victories.
Panzer Command still going up. Firefly waiting in the far distance way. Staghound rolling up. And there we go, also getting a course report. Of course, there's a Panzer Command ready. So the question is, what will Artvandlay be getting from it? And again, if only Artvandlay had at least had a Stu 42, things might have been looking very different in this state. Another registered artillery barrage, and once more infantry section retreats. The registered artillery barrage can sometimes be effective, and most of the time it doesn't quite, you know, have the effect one might have been hoping for, which is actually killing something. In particular, not at the higher levels of play. Infantry section taking heavy losses despite their rifle grenades. And the Grenadiers once more find themselves pushed back as the Tommies push forwards. And Commando artillery being prepared. Decoy smoke on the Grenadiers. But they are quick to shift away. Not figuring this is proper artillery. Finding shift towards here. Something is on the way from the Panzer Command. I hope it's a Panzer IV. And there we go, real artillery going in on the bunker and the nearby Grenadiers. They do this time actually realise this is probably actual artillery. And it actually kills up a British medic. That's a bit of a shame. And instead what happens is another Grenadier squad gets reformed for Artvandlay. Staghound moves up. And we see an Austrian flak panzer for Art. Not really what I had hoped for. It's not really going to be the most sturdiest of things. And not going to be much up against any of the British armor which we so far have seen. And in particular that... Where's the Firefly, for heaven's sake? Oh, there we go. But the Firefly in particular is just going to have a rather easy time with it. In particular, now that the Austrians down to half health, Artvandlay had it too close to the fire and had it already down to half health. Down to less than half health. Art, what are you doing again? The Austrians not really tank. It's a support piece of armor. And tragically, the Austrian was wasted again. That was basically just a waste of good manpower and fuel, which again I think should have gone for a Panzer IV. And artillery going in on the bunker, clearing out the pack right next to it. This is an utter disaster for Artvandlay and the 12th SS. Heavy losses to the infantry, heavy losses to the only armor they had, which really did not do much before it was severely knocked out of commission. And now there's not really much left he can actually do against all of this, since he's down to one Panzerek, which is currently getting murdered. And yes, my apologies for speeding this up, but there's not really much else to show. And well played, but still a bit of a naughty word there. But game over, a loss for Artvandlay. Again, I think it rather came down to the fact he, for some bizarre reason, went defensive when he probably should have gone for Blitzkrieg Doctrine. Had he gone for Blitzkrieg Doctrine, had he used the Blitz grenades right there and perhaps had a Stu 42, I think he could have won this instead. He rather set himself up for being steamrolled. Again, you know, defensive doctrine just really isn't viable against the British. I mean, you really need something aggressive. You need to take the fight to the British, and rather Artvandlay sort of tried but never quite succeeded. And of course, the Austrian was basically the final nail in the coffin. So there you go. Short match, but hope you enjoyed it. If you did, want to subscribe, tell your friends. If you didn't, well, why not send a replay of your own and provide some feedback in the comments. This is Imperial Dane saying cheers.